Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a cool rhino. A cool rhino. He's going to have some sunglasses on, looking pretty cool. So as always, we're going to start with our first layer. That's layer number 1, and we're going to use our airbrush soft brush, and we're going to use a little gray color, and we're going to start to get the sketch going of the rhino. Going to start with his big head because rhinos have really big heads. Going to bring the snout down like this. Just like that. Give him a big neck in the back, big belly, so he's really thick. Gonna give him his first horn and then his second horn right there on the nose. And again, we're just moving the pen around, just getting comfortable with the strokes. Give him the ears there. And then we're gonna put the sunglasses, which is a straight line across, and then the other sunglass there, so it fits between his nose. Gonna give his arm a little life down here. And there's our basic outline. Now we're going to go to layer 2. We're going to go to black, and we're going to go to our inking section, and we're going to use our technical pen. Now, we are going to start with the head. So we're going to move down here, come down all the way down here, give him a big smile, just like that. And then we're going to do his first horn, which is just like that, and then his second horn right there. Now around the base of it, we're going to do a couple little lines just to show that it's attached to his body. And then we're going to do the sunglasses, which are going to go across a straight line. And with Procreate, you hold it to the pad, and it will create a straight line by itself. Then we're going to create the sunglasses here, and again, hold it to the pad, and it'll give you a nice shape that you're trying to get. And you don't have to do it freehand. It will actually do it on its own. Now we're going to give the rhino some ears. So there we go. Give him some ears on the other side. And now we're going to make the rest of the sunglasses go up by the ears, because obviously they need a place to go on him. So there we go. And now we're going to do his big back of his neck, which is very thick. We're going to do his belly, which comes out pretty far. He's a well-fed rhino. And now we're going to do his arm. So we're going to have the toes, which come in like that. And there we go. Now, since he is a cool rhino, we've got to express that with the eyebrows. He's already got his smirk. He has his sunglasses on. And now we're going to have one eyebrow going down, just like this, and we're going to have the other eyebrow going up. He's just a cool cat. That's a rhino, if that makes any sense. Now we're going to go to the eraser, and we are going to erase the lines that we don't need in the way. So on his first horn down here on his nose, we're going to erase the line that runs through it, just like that. Then we're going to erase the line that runs through it on the second horn. And now we're going to go to layer number 1, our sketch layer, and we're going to erase the other lines. So there we go. They're all gone. Now we've got to go to the coloring layer. Actually, you know what? We're not going to go to the coloring layer yet. We're going to go back to layer number 2. With our technical pen, and this is where we're going to start to do a little bit of the line work, where we're going to add some shading. As you can see down by his arm here, I'm going to add some shading in, just like this. Okay, a little bit behind his neck, a little bit inside of his ear and behind the ear, a little bit on the other ear, a little bit below the sunglasses in a few different spots, because we know the sunglasses are hitting his face, so there's a little bit of shade. We're going to do a little bit below both the horns and a little bit at the base, just like there's a couple easy lines that shows a little bit of the weathering on the horns that he has. And now we're going to go to the coloring layer. So we're going to go layer number 3, and we're going to go a nice gray, because we know that rhinos are gray. So we're going to go to our brush, our airbrush, our soft brush, and we are just going to start coloring him in. So we move around like that. I know what you're saying. I'm not within the lines. That's okay. Now we are going to go and we're going to make this dark, and we are going to use the brush to do the shading, the non-linear shading. So we're going to start behind the neck, just like this. And then we're going to move our way, because we know the light is coming from the front, okay? So we want the shadows to come from the back naturally. So we're going to start to lightly shade this in, give the impression that the light is coming from the front and all the shade is coming from the back, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to bring a little bit of shade down in front of the lower part of his snout and below the actual horns, because that's where the light is hitting, is above that. We're going to do some shade right below the sunglasses, just like this. And we're going to add a little bit more on the jawline right there, a little bit more by the arm, a little bit more below the arm, and a little bit inside the ear on the top, and a little bit of the ear right there. All right, so now we've got that. We're going to add a little bit of shade on his, right at the base of the horn, on both horns, just like that. Now we're going to go and erase both horns, okay? We're going to use our erase function, and we're going to erase the color in here because we're going to use a different layer to color in the horns. So here we go. We just erase that. And then we erase the other one. All right, so now we're going to go to layer number 4, and we're going to use a yellow, and we're going to drag this along, and we're going to make it a really, really faint yellow because his horns are on the older side, and we want to show a little bit of the weathering of the horns. So we're going to color this in yellow like that. Now we're going to go back, we're going to drop this down, get some shading, and we're going to do a little bit of shading on the base of each horn. And you're just putting light pressure here just to give the indication of the shade. Now we're going to go back to layer number 3, and we're going to go to all black. And we are going to use this for the sunglasses. So we start coloring these in. It's going to be all black. So just keep moving around, kind of like you're doing a coloring book, a little bit. Keep moving around, color that in. Then we've got to do the other side. Now we're going to give this rhino a little bit of style because he is a cool rhino. So we're going to switch colors to a brown. Actually, let's do a light brown. And we're going to make the sides of the sunglasses light brown. Give them a little bit of style here. And now we're going to go to our white, and we're going to have the light hitting the sunglasses. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back on top. We're going to slowly push, slowly push, slowly push, slowly push. Give another little small little dot, little thing here, a little there. And it looks like the light is reflecting off his cool sunglasses. Now we're going to go back to layer number 2, our line layer. We're going to use a white. We're going to use our ink pen, technical pen. And we're going to give a little bit of white lines on his eyebrows to show that the light is hitting there as well. Now we're going to go back to our layer number 3, our coloring layer. We're going to switch to our soft brush, and we're keeping it white. And now we're going to start to show the light hitting all over him. So we know the light is coming from above and in front. So we're going to start at the top of his head, and we're going to do a light white line working its way around his forehead, just like that. And it makes it look as if the light is hitting him on the top of his head. Now we're going to go to the forehead, add another little layer right there. We're going to go down to his jaw and add a couple spots down there. We're going to go to the front of his snout, and we're going to work our way down like this. And then we're going to work our way down the front of his large belly. Here we go. And we're going to add another big spot right there. We're going to do on his arm just like this. And there we go. We have the light hitting. Now we're going to erase on this layer the toenails because we're going to make those a different color. So we want to erase on layer number 3. And then we're going to color on layer number 4. So again, it makes it easier. You don't have to worry about staying within the lines. You can just color freely and it won't go into the other layer. So it's really awesome about Procreate. So we're going to go layer number 4. We're going to use the same color. It's in our color deck that we use for the horn. And we're going to make sure we get our soft brush. And then we're going to color in his toenails. Now again, we're going to add a little bit of shade. We're going to drop down here. And we're going to add just below so we get the impression again that light is coming from behind. And now we've got to erase all the colors on layer number 3 that are outside the lines. So this is the cleanup part. And like I've said in previous videos, this is kind of my You know, my favorite part is obviously the drawing, but I really like cleaning it up because you can really start to see how it's supposed to look. Again, it's kind of like sculpting and you're pulling away the layers. So keep moving around here, moving around here. Just get rid of everything outside of the lines. Get rid of the messiness. Really start to see our rhino. Our cool rhino. Sorry, excuse me. Alright. Keep erasing until you're done. And there we go. Alright, so now we're going to give it one look over and say, do we want to change anything? And no, we think it looks good. So, yeah, that's our cool rhino. Thanks for showing up for the video. If you like it, hit like. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And see you in the next video.